Émile Pennon said the scent of a wine in a glass and the aroma on the palate are two aspects of a single volatile and odorous entity. But in fact, the sensations perceived directly and retronasally complement each other, but the former may be studied longer by repeated olfaction. One uses the same vocabulary in both cases but treats them separately when making an overall comment on the wine. So we all want to be busy, right? We all want to be busy, serve, and drink quality wine. In order to test a wine's quality to determine whether it's flawless and what degree of satisfaction it will afford, we must learn to choose the reflective act of tasting over the instinctive act of drinking. That is hard to do. For this, the sense of smell is essential. However, remarkable the ability of scientists to list aromas. Wines remain to be judged, interpreted, their qualities appreciated, or their flaws detected. For this highly skilled exercise, the nose is the only real champion, not the palate. Describing the aromatic notes we discern in wine consists in finding the appropriate, convincing words to express faithfully the wine's subtle aromas. This vocabulary is the fundamental cornerstone on which wine tasting is built. First, describing the scent of wine in a glass, what we call direct olfaction. In the gaseous atmosphere of a glass containing wine, aroma compounds start to vaporize depending on the volatility and the liquid's temperature. The most volatile ones are the first to emerge in large numbers, and then they fade away, while the less volatile ones keep reaching our nose slowly for a long time. This is how our perception of aromas evolves as we taste the wine, as we discover its top note, its middle note, and then its back note. It is difficult to identify more than 3 or 4 notes as humans. Second, getting started. Fill up 1/3 of your glass with wine and smell it. When the surface of the wine is stationary, you first detect the most volatile and odorous molecules. This initial encounter is often very different from those that follow. Now swirl the wine in the glass. This enables other molecules to turn into gas and reach your nose. It also oxidizes the components, modifying the molecules and therefore the scents, which can happen very quickly. Describe your perceptions and try to name any aromatic note that you have recognized. This is how an expert or a great wine steward can, blindly, after recognizing, for instance, a lychee aromatic note, identify a Gewürztraminer, sometimes even the grower. And finally, describing the aroma on the palate, what we call retro-olfaction. Take a sip of the wine and hold it in your mouth. Wine warms up in the mouth, and molecules that could not make the transition to volatility are now able to do so. As with wine tasters, your sensations will be heightened by inhaling a breath of air and circulating it through the wine. We'll practice this every day in class. Retronasal olfaction allows for the observation of intensely persistent aromas, what we abbreviate in the acronym IPA. Please do not confuse this with India Pale Ale. The duration of the IPA, such as how long olfactory sensations remain after tasting the wine, is one of the criteria for assessing wine quality. It is measured in caudales, from the Latin cauda, meaning tail. 1 caudale is equal to 1 second.